It was one of those Saturdays that seemed harmless at first glance. The sun was shining, the birds were chirping, and I was sitting on my couch scrolling through my phone, thinking this would be just a calm, normal day. I had big plans for absolutely nothing, just some snacks, maybe a show or two, and zero responsibility. But anyone who's lived through one of my Saturdays knows that normal is a dangerous word. By 11 a.m., I had already received 3 texts from my friends, each more cryptic than the last. "Yo, come outside. You won't believe this. Disaster incoming." Naturally, curiosity won, so I put on my sneakers, grabbed a hoodie, and headed out, not knowing that the word disaster was not an exaggeration.
Chaos.
As I walked to the usual hangout spot, the first signs appeared. The neighbor's cat, normally calm, was darting back and forth like it had seen a ghost. A bike lay overturned on the sidewalk, and a mysterious puddle of something that looked like soda and mud had formed in front of my friend's driveway. I laughed, thinking, classic start. But deep down, I had no idea how quickly the day would spiral out of control. By the time I arrived, my friends were already halfway into whatever insane plan had taken over their brains. It started small, almost innocent. Someone had set up a simple challenge: toss a water balloon over the fence and hit the target on the neighbor's side. Simple enough, right? Wrong. One balloon slipped, hitting the mailbox and splashing onto a pile of mail. Another bounced off a fence post, went flying, and exploded right onto my friend's head. Chaos erupted instantly. People were laughing, screaming, running, trying to dodge flying water balloons, and I found myself in the middle of a mini battlefield I hadn't signed up for. Saturday be like. Total disaster, already. Then came snacks. I should have known this was a bad idea. Someone pulled out a bag of chips, and another friend added cookies, pretzels, and leftover pizza slices. And of course, in a classic turn of events, the snacks became weapons. Chips flew like confetti, cookies were launched like missiles, and pizza slices became flying frisbees. I ducked behind a small tree, grabbed a cookie midair, and joined the chaos. Laughter, shouts, and snack explosions filled the air. Somehow, this calm Saturday had already become a disaster movie in slow motion. By noon, the disaster escalated further. Someone discovered the hose in the garage. Not a casual sprinkle. Oh no, full-on water warfare. Buckets were filled, hoses aimed, and cups of soda got involved somehow. Within seconds, I was soaked head to toe, slipping on the wet grass while dodging a flying cookie. Another friend slipped on the grass, knocked over a chair, and took out half the snack arsenal. Total chaos. Saturday be like. Everything is falling apart. Then the bikes joined the party. No one knows where they appeared from. Suddenly, people were weaving through puddles, narrowly missing collisions. Scooters spinning out of control. And somehow, someone was attempting a stunt with a skateboard. I dodged a spinning wheel, slipped on a puddle, and laughed until I cried. Snacks, water, bikes, and humans colliding in perfect disorder. I realized disaster had officially struck, and there was no turning back. By 1 p.m., the backyard was a war zone. Snacks everywhere, water puddles, Bikes abandoned mid-sprint. Chairs toppled. Even the dog somehow got involved, chasing a rogue water balloon and knocking over my friend in the process. I was drenched, muddy, sticky from snacks, and laughing like an absolute maniac. At this point, there was no plan, no controls, just pure chaos. Saturday be like completely disastrous in the best way possible. Then came the Grand Snack Tower Challenge. Someone decided to stack every remaining snack into one massive tower. Cookies, candy, soda cans, everything. We gathered around, placing items carefully, holding our breath as if the universe depended on the stability of this snack structure. And, of course, disaster struck again. The tower wobbled, tipped, and exploded in a spectacular mess. Snacks flew in every direction. A soda can hit me square in the chest. Someone slipped in chocolate syrup, and the backyard became a sticky, laughing, screaming battlefield. Saturday be like disaster confirmed. By mid-afternoon, it was clear that the disaster was no longer contained. Hoses spraying water, snacks on the grass, scattered, friends slipping, the dog barking at random objects. It was sensory overload. I slipped once, dodged a flying cookie, and managed to knock over a cup of soda in the process.
After
Shouting, chaos everywhere. Somehow, the disaster was beautiful. Saturday be like unpredictable, messy, unforgettable. And then someone suggested the grand finale, an obstacle course. Using everything left, snacks, water, chairs, bikes. The dog we built a course that no sane person could survive unscathed. Everyone lined up, ready to race. I watched briefly, unsure whether to participate, but curiosity won. The course was insane. Friends slipped, crashed, collided with bikes, snack towers, and each other. Water flew everywhere. The dog ran through the course like it was his own personal amusement park. I dodged a flying pretzel, slipped in a puddle, and somehow made it to the finish line without face planting. Others weren't so lucky. Everyone crashed into something at least once. It was glorious. Saturday be like disaster at its finest. Finally, we collapsed on the grass, exhausted, wet, sticky, laughing until we couldn't breathe. The backyard looked like a war zone, snacks everywhere. Water puddles, bikes overturned, chairs toppled, but no one cared. Disaster had struck, yes, but it had also created the perfect day. The kind of Saturday you don't forget. Sticky, messy, chaotic, hilarious, a total disaster, but in the best way. So now, I want to know what's your wildest Saturday disaster. Drop it in the comments, smash that like button if this made you laugh or cringe, and subscribe for more chaotic stories that prove calm Saturdays are just a myth. Remember, even the quietest morning can spiral into absolute disaster. Saturday be like chaos everywhere, and sometimes that's exactly what makes it unforgettable.